Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3 faction war this is, Hades Wastes and Ordo Malleus versus the Orcs. For the blue Ordo Malleus team, Sard is an Eversor assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death alongside Willy Wonka and a brother captain, a durable hero, working through objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. Rounding off this blue Ordo Malleus team is Bruce Campbell with a Demon Hunter, a melee spellcaster with strong support and control. Red Orc team Cyanide as a commando knob, an infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins with a twin link shooter. This is him sneaking around already. Alongside them, this nameless mech boy, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat with a bunch of orky gadgets. And rounding off the teams, the mighty Tenso with a war boss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from those front lines, and he's just perpetually pissed off and angry at everything. Gonna see a rift tear here. Just a little burst of it to slow down that war boss. Those stormtroopers not taking cover at the moment. Sluggers piling in. Strat squad piling in. Sluggers getting knocked all over the place, but that Strat squad is getting quite low. So are the Sluggers. Coming around for a bit of a flank is Willy Wonka. Can they finish those Sluggers off? Was that a banishment already? I thought I saw some lightning there. I guess not. I don't know what that was. Those Sluggers get away barely. Now the war boss is chasing that Strat squad. He's only maybe 2 or 3 hits away on the right model from getting a kill there. They're trying to just leave. Might be trying to create an angle for a retreat, but you'd expect them to go further to the east if that was the case. Crack, and there is the kill. And the Tenso, I think, gets away all right. Double shooters for all 3 of the Orc players. I was hoping for some extra Sluggers out and a big old Ordo Malleus versus Orcs melee brawl, but I guess not right now. Sard and the Eversor assassin pushed all the way through. Did they decap this power as well? Oh, they're just ready to die here for that death explosion, knowing that they're going to get revived, I guess. Brother Captain could come and revive. Not sure how much damage exactly it does. It's probably concentrated at the point of the Eversor, and then it kind of goes down like a grenade kind of thing. Eversor runs. Brother Captain backs off. Meanwhile, in the northwest, the Commando has been harassing the hell out of some stormtroopers up here because Sard has 2 of them. And I think I looked on the map. This power got decapped at some point. There's an impact grenade for his face though. Can now just sneak away. Maybe he just sneaks away. Looters on the field for the Tenso with a death gun to suppress units. Suppress infantry units, that is. That nameless mech boy is capping this central wreck point. Shooter boys to get rid of those fellas and maybe grab this contested power. We have seen this player before. They use this single period, full stop, whatever you call it, for their name. Seem to be pretty good. Just don't know what to call them. Commando. Oh, they're going to open up. Could backfire. Strat squad not shooting at him, just running towards him menacingly. They do have their Tomes of Titan. Here come more Strat squad with Tomes of Titan as well. Oh, there's energy burst. And I think the Commando's going to go down here from ranged fire and some melee. Yeah, they get him down. There's banishment flying in. Big shooters for aiming. What's that? Operatives on the way for Bruce Campbell, and they have some interceptors. Taking their natural victory point back because I think the Tenso decapped it, or maybe even capped it over here. Maybe it was the mech boy actually. Where are you? Oh, they are supporting the west side with a death gun. Eversor assassin trying to make it in there. And they may make it in there. Mech boy, oh, maybe gets a little bit too close. But did draw the Eversor away from the double shooters, and I think they're going to go down. There we go. Brother Captain, you get even more XP now for reviving. I don't think they're going to hit level 3. But that was a big chunk. Eversor's almost level 2 themselves. Strat squad versus Sluggers with burners. Probably very dependent on special attacks for that. I'm not sure if the Strat squad could just stand and trade with Sluggers with burners and win. Maybe they can. Maybe they can. It's never that simple though, is it? There's always ranged fire beforehand and special attacks going off and stuff. Eversaw gets away. Nicely timed impact grenade there. Did they actually bash the power though? I don't think they did. Oh, Bruce Campbell lost their strike squad around here. Somewhere. Oh, they're only on the side. Do I see them dead somewhere? I see one fella there. Yeah, over here, look. Looks like maybe they got stun bombed and then caught in retreat or something. But they are gone. Warboss is gonna get a cap, I think, on that. Cyborg implants, that might be what the stun was. Operatives opening up with shotguns. Warboss does get away, so do the shooter boys, and so I think do the sluggers. They are very low. 2 models and 34 hit points, down to 1 now. And they are going to be alright. They're probably going to get all the way through their Auto Malleus onto that natural VP. Meanwhile, Northwest having a look at the power perhaps are the Orcs. Fully upgraded shooter boys here with big shooters and knob leaders. Huge amounts of DPS. These stormtroopers can have a bad time. That was like half a second of Daka and they had to flee. More stormtroopers coming in. They might be trying to just get close and chuck a grenade and leave. No, they're waiting for backup, which is probably the smart thing to do. Mines thrown in, or thrown out by the mech boy. Those proximity mines there. Getting some hits with them. Not sure what this strat squad is doing, just trying to soak up some damage, I guess. Eversaw can't get close. Going into mines. That was pretty effective mine throw, actually. Really effective. 428 to 414. The Tenso still holding on to their VP on the southeast side, I see. Although something decapped over here. Oh, those sneaky operatives decapped here. Rhino on the way, Facade. Warbanner goes down. It's an affront to the Emperor. Warboss is level 2. Sluggers are still alive. Oh, these are the mech boy sluggers. Where are the Tensos? They are indeed alive as well. There's some tier 2s for the Orcs. Another Rhino on the way for Willy Wonka. What am I hearing? A Rift Tear? I think I was seeing a Rift Tear. I don't know where it was. Oh, hey, we have the Hunter's Blade. Increases energy by 25, absorbs energy on hit, and gives you 50 DPS power melee. Not bad. 403 to 414 on the VPs. 2 to 1 for the Orcs. Here comes the Warboss with a big old stomp. Interceptors, are they? Yep. They are getting crunched. They got absolutely crunched there. I think that was Sanctify Global that gave them energy back there so they could teleport again. But they're still in trouble. Warboss level 2. Lucky he didn't have a weapon upgrade. Those guys would have been dropping models like crazy there. War truck on the field for the Tenso. Super bunched up double shooters just got banishment and then some melee. We have a Vindicare Assassin for Willy Wonka. Vindicare Assassin on the way. Also Facade. Oh, looks like Willy Wonka cancelled their Rhino. They do have double strat squad though. Meanwhile, the Rhino of Sard with heavy bolter turret. Alongside that storm bolter on the front, that's quite a lot of anti-infantry DPS. Some mines dropped in here. Doesn't look like... Oh, this gen's been rebuilt. So maybe they got 1 gen at least. Stormtroopers are repair units for Auto Malleus. None of their heroes can repair. So you kind of need those fellas to look after the Rhino. Sluggers piling out with a Knob Leader. And that is, oh wow, Mind Blades and Ward. But that is use your choppers from the Sluggers. And they ripped through that strat squad, even with Mind Blades and Ward. I think they didn't have their Justicar, I think. But those Sluggers are fierce with those Warboss buffs. But they didn't even have Ard Boys, I think. Although they did have War Truck support, of course, that could reinforce off it there. Vindicare trying to get shots on the war truck with turbo penetrator rounds loaded in. So is this guy. Got low, but now Vindicare in trouble. That was a big stomp. Turret squad getting really torn apart, and down they go. That is a power claw war boss now. Getting the kill on those fellas. Interceptors showing up now. Where's the war truck? I guess it had to get away. Those guys can't get reinforced, but look at the damage they took already. Super aggressive orcs here for the Tenso. Willy Wonka gets a Grey Knight Dreadnought on the way, maybe getting that stuff into melee to fight these scary melee orcs. By scary melee orcs, it doesn't mean the sluggers buffed by the war boss. Turns out it's pretty scary. Energy burst on the war boss. Does have the trophy rack by the way, so everything, all the enemies around him getting debuffed. Down goes the Demon Hunter. That power claw doing huge amounts of work already. This other strat squad barely getting out. Are they going to get him? Couldn't seem to get a melee attack there. That Grey Knight Dreadnought starts off with that flamer. Incinerator, I think you'd call it. Sluggers flee. They are okay. This is the off-map Vindicare support from the Eversaw, where it marks every enemy unit on the map for you, which is handy. 364 to 343. Tank Busters having a go at a Rhino. Aldo Malleus forces are kind of reeling here after that big war boss push, but here is a melee Grey Knight Dreadnought now. More health, more melee DPS, and of course gets melee resistance, I assume. Doesn't say that there, but must be the case. 2-to-1 cap for the orcs. VPs are very even. Very, very even. There's tier 3 for Cyanide. Strat squad able to deal with those sluggers. And if they couldn't, the Dreadnought would have. Need to be on those tank busters pretty quickly, of course, if they can. They do have interceptors for that, right? They're still alive? Yes, they are alive. A Vindicare Assassin now for Bruce. Triple Vindicares. That's quite fun. Using their Exitus rounds, which are anti-infantry, to get some shots in. Commando Knob has a rocket launcher. Did the Dreadnought back off? It did back off. Oh, look at that DPS on the Vindicare. And they go down. That was Willy Wonka's. They seem to be micro in this area. They just took their eyes off him for a second. And they got dappered down. Tier 3 for the mech boy now. If they can get their tier 3 rolling relatively quickly, that might be game over for the Aldo Malleus if the orcs can start getting knobs running in and stuff. Double operatives here for Bruce Campbell. Chucking melters on the war truck and then they run. They can break that retreat, but they might want to be further away first. Or they might just let it go. But it's got quite a long cooldown to do that, I think. Any war gear for this fella? No war gear for the Eversaw Assassin yet. Dreadnought is getting repairs, but it takes a while. And tank busters are lurking. And because vehicles are typically stationary when they're being repaired, it's a great time to tank buster barrage stuff. Eversaw pops the Psychon. Starting ability, increasing damage and damage resistance, but you spend health to activate it. It is quite fun. Commando takes out the Rhino. Rear armor hit, every single rocket hit there, I think. Oh, but the tank busters, they're okay. 18 hit points, they're okay. Double stormtrooper trying to shoot down this commando, who is getting some stick bombers up. We just saw a little pop of fanaticism on these guys. These guys are going to get pincered. Need to run. I think they're okay. Okay enough. 320 to 306. VP still very close. Dreadnought still around. Got some Crusaders on the field for Bruce Campbell now. Not sure where they are at the moment. Oh, they're back at base right now. Dreadnought doing some decent work. That inspiration on kill is nice. Big damage per hit from that guy. Dreadnoughts attack quite slowly, but they hit really hard. Levels up. Levels up to 2. 1620 hit points. That's quite good. Pretty good indeed. Brother Captain level 4. That Nemesis Warning Staff might help them go toe-to-toe with a Nob squad or something. Don't see any yet. I see flash kits for the Mech Boy, and there's tier 3 for Sard, tier 3 for Willy Wonka. Eversaw just got revived there by the Demon Hunter, who's almost level 3. Little pop off the Rift Tear. Slow down these guys. It does affect allies as well. And those interceptors teleported right into a war boss and some sluggers, so decided not to stick around. Maybe it'll be a good idea going forward to have your eyes on the sluggers and where they are before you start teleporting around. Do the late teleport play, you know? When you're worried about counter initiation, sometimes you want to teleport a bit later in the fight. Wait for the forces to clash first. Then you can get onto the range in the back line. Here's a Rox on retreating operatives. Wiped out one of them. Nicely timed by whoever that was. I think it was Cyanide. Got a look at a red, but I'm not sure. 292, 306. Mech Boy gets revived by the Commando. Tier 3 for Bruce Campbell. We have a Nob squad for Cyanide. Double flash kits for that Mech Boy now. And there's a looted tank. Getting that reinforced plating. And they're bashing power bit. The Dreadnought is still alive. Going to be a nice tool to have against the Nobs. Crusaders running in. These guys unique to the Demon Hunter, gaining strength as they drop models. And they're deceptively fast, these fellas. They can motor around quite well. Tying up a Mech Boy at the moment. 283 to 306. Grey Knight Terminator's on the way. Eversaw goes down again. Level to 5 though. Look at the amount of firepower arrayed against them here. Here's that Nob squad. Cyanide still has sluggers as well. War Boss is level 5. 271, 306. Central power being bashed. Turbo penetrator rounds will start getting shots on the tank. Brother Captain puts ward on himself and tries to run in there, get stuff moving back a bit, you know. This could be tricky for the Dreadnought now. There's tank busters, there's that rocket launcher commando, and there's a tank. Oh, and the tank's been buffed by the Mech Boy here with the cult of speed, and there's an orbital. And they got a couple of good hits. They are retreating, of course, so they'll take less damage, but that is a good hit. Killed one of the flash kits, actually. That wiped a flash kit squad. That was a really good nuke. Taking out a tier 3 unit, I think, is a good nuke. Vindicator assassins sneaking around with chameleon stealth suits. Did those Crusaders level up? Not yet. Don't have their leader either. 231 to 306. Crusaders versus Sluggers with Interceptor support. Interceptors having to teleport away. Crusaders there to pick up the slack. And they get rid of them. They do get rid of them. Now they can try and run into this back line maybe. No, but there's nothing really backing them up. Vindicator barely gets away, I think. Yes, down to 3 hit points there. And the Crusaders get their leader. He is a acolyte guy with a big old eviscerator chainsaw thing. Like a two-handed chainsaw. Got the captain back to their feet. Oh, but they're taking a bunch of Dakar. And they go down again. Should get revived again, I think. I'm not sure what they're looking at. But we do see some Grey Knight Terminators mixing it up with a Dreadnought alongside them. And that is a good force to fight a Nob squad. Those Grey Knight Terminators with splash damage, power melee halberds. Dreadnought's in trouble though. Commander Nob's going to finish it. Down it goes. I don't think they can afford to get more Dreadnoughts. Here comes a Land Raider Crusader. We'll see how that does. I mean, there's a lot of anti-vehicle. Land Raider in 10, says Willy Wonka. But they're down to just Stormtroopers. Here come more Stormtroopers to help keep that thing repaired. Grey Knight Terminators did well, but how far up the map are they now? These guys can't retreat, remember. I guess they have their teleport available. Taking a tank shot in the face. They can't really do much anti-vehicle stuff with their power weapons. Using their teleport to just get away. Strat Squad able to run, of course. Level 4. 23, 64 hit points isn't bad, is it? They can tank some damage with that. That's 23, 64 of heavy infantry armor too. More flash kits for the mech boy. More stormtroopers for Willy Wonka. I mean, they can get plasma guns and they can get that impact grenade if your micro's on point with them in terms of positioning and repairing and grenading and choosing your targets. I think they can do some work for your late game. Get some plasma shots on the knobs and stuff. Demon Hunter revived. Ebersaw coming in. Ebersaw needs to turn it up. Needs to get that axe or something. Here comes an orbital. Some good hits. That Land Raider Crusader would allow them to reinforce. Also gives them some health and energy regen. And Order Malleus as a faction are quite energy heavy. And there's Canticle of Absolution there thrown in from the Brother Captain. Giving health and energy regeneration is great to use in a big fight. Ebersaw runs. Still no war gear for that guy. He's level 7. Give him some war gear, he'd really pump out some damage, I think. And kill zone would be quite nice in the melee fights. Flash kits on the way now for Cyanide. Did the Tanso get anything after the tank, or are they just full of pop? I think they're kind of full. Only have 10 pop left. They could throw away their shooter boys, maybe. That Crusader with Hurricane bolters on the side sponsons. Twin linked assault cannon and a multi-melter on top. Does it have frag assault still? Can't remember if they took that away or not. Order Malleus taking the Western VP. 2-to-1 cap. Have a Land Raider, have Terminators. Terminators got stunned. And then stunned again. Stay mid, says Willy Wonka. Oh, tank is down. Well done, Vindicare. Maybe they didn't notice the shots going in like I didn't notice the shots going in. The Tenso does have an op squad though. So Cyanide has one, Tenso has one, there's 3 flash kits. They're all going to get blasters probably. The mech boys already have blasters. There's a bit of rift here. Where is the mech boy? Oh, they're back there. Not sure if they can get revived super easily. Is it worth Bruce Campbell getting Tempest? Maybe. And there's big blobs of infantry. Look at this. Crusaders getting a triple cap for the Order Malleus there. And then they got absolutely brutalized by blasters. But they got away. They did get away. No model losses. Because the blasters' damage is all evenly spread, of course. Triple cap for Order Malleus. They've really turned this around well. And here comes a Vortimer Razorback for Bruce Campbell. And there's a Rox. Big hits. Maybe should have ducked inside the Land Raider there, but they probably panic retreated, which is understandable. Land Raider survives okay. Flaskets can't really do much against a Land Raider. The very impressive looking blasters are not good against vehicles with their psychic damage type. Nob Squad though, very good against anything. They will tear you apart. Tank Buster Barrage, nicely placed. We have some Purgation going for a side cannon. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Orc trying to get the natural off the Orcs here, but sorry, off the Order Malleus, but they say no. Level 2 Crusaders. They've done some good work down this side, you know. And there's that Vortimer. Good damage to all targets, and it's very, very quick, this thing. I think it's 7.5 speed. This thing can zip around. That was, I think, the Tenso shooter boys. They might be just throwing them away to get some more population freed up. War truck backs off. War boss backs off. Level 6. More commandos now. This is for the mech boy who has some commandos already. They can get a Nob leader who has a rocket launcher. Land Raider has really stabilized this west side quite well. It's well supported. Got some plasma stormtroopers and stuff. Sard has double plasma stormtroopers. So does Willy Wonka. These guys don't have their grenades though. Triple cap though still. Oh, here we go. Eversaw is kitted out. Eviscerator axe with Killzone. Assault armor for the charge, which in turn is also disruption. And Chem Cloud grenades for messing up enemy melee. There it is. There's a Chem Cloud. Deal 50% less damage and they can't regen health. It's so nice. $167.63. GG says the 10, so they can't find a way through. A double cap now, and they're getting on here. I thought the Orcs were sailing it at one point. That Land Raider, the presence of that Land Raider making such a massive difference. Such a massive difference. The Tenso calling for their team to finish it rather than concede, which I appreciate. They got some Gretchens. They're inside the war truck, I think. Can they get a decap here? Oh, there's the Gretchen. Just one fella alive. He's a repair crew fella. Luckily for... Oh, I was going to say luckily for him. The Vindicator is shooting the knobs, but it wasn't lucky for long. Double cap for the Ordo Malleus. Brother captains on their natural. There's a Rox. But Ordo Malleus take it with a single cap. And it was because of that Land Raider and those Terminators, I think, coming in at just the right time to stabilize this west side incredibly effectively. At a level 8 Eversaw Assassin with the axe at the end. A level 6 Brother Captain. A level 5 Demon Hunter kitted out at the end too with Damnation for the Tempest and Tome of Tranquility. We also had a level 6 Commando down at the end. Level 4 Mech Boy with a beamy def gun, looks like. Is that a beamy? I think so. And a level 6 War Boss. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war. And, of course, the man, the Tenso, for organising this game and sending in the replay. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.